Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. Typically, championships are foremost on the Crimson Tide's mind, but today it might be revenge. Florida State rolls in to take on the Tide. The Seminoles last year knocked Alabama for a loop in the season opener. Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with you. Let's go down to the field in Hollywood.
Well, as you can imagine, Florida State against Alabama has a lot of connotations here in college football. Alabama had to survive that opening week loss that was so embarrassing. Kalen DeBoer says that was the thing that drove them all season long, eventually making the college football playoff. But keep in mind, these players might want a little revenge as Florida State takes on Alabama. Back to you.
Alabama about to kick off to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Seminoles offense will start this game off with the football. And here's Quintravion Wisner. This guy's one of the best running backs in all of college football, and he'll get the rock in this one.
And you got to love this guy's speed. And to me, David, that's the one thing that really separates him from most other running backs in college football. There are so many guys at this level that can make you miss, and they can get in the second level, they can run through tackles, catch the ball, block, all that stuff. This guy, though, has home run breakaway speed. If he gets past your second level, he's out.
And you see defenses take angles on him, and he just outruns it. Like, he's just got that extra gear that's different, that scares you. You can tell people are trying to play so fast to try to catch up. So, number one job for this defense, man. Try to make him play enough.
There's some room. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Seminoles come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
They've been running it, but now the pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, it's a great design on offense on that pass play there. You see they clear out the middle of the field. They leave a huge space wide open for the quarterback to attack. Nice timing on the throw.
To the ground with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a run.
It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get into play immediately.
Oh, I think that's one the quarterback might want to have back. His running back came out of the backfield wide open, but the QB was a little bit late getting him the football, which forced the toe tap going out of bounds. If he gets that to him sooner, he's in bounds, and with his game-breaking ability, he might make people miss. Who knows? That might go to the house or at least be an explosive play. You need better timing from your quarterback.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. And here comes Daniel Hill. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Runs through a tackle, and he'll be smacked to the ground.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's complete to the right. There he goes. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, it's the first third down of the game. You can't execute it any better than that. Really nice job in protection. Good job by the QB finding the open man. Nice route, and it's an explosive play early for this offense.
Grab behind the line. It's Rodgers. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Again, it's Russell. Steps away to find some room. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
That's two opportunities for this defense. They had to get off the field, and both times, nice protection up front by the offensive line. QB coming up with a great read, great completion. Now this offense set up a first and goal situation because of some great third down execution.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
Keeps it himself. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be fourth down. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
One final play before the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Daniels. Fires to the middle. It's caught. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. So after the break, they'll go back to work. And after one period of play, let's take a look at the start for these two wide receivers. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side now. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. Trainers out having a look at this junior. Back, Holly Rowe will update us on his condition. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The hand to the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Noles getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. And the Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Now from inside the red zone. Out in space. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
We've seen really nice balance here on this drive. Quarterback's 3 for 3. He's picking this defense apart. They've also run the ball well, too, and here they are down close to the goal line. This defense has no idea what's coming next.
The Seminoles trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
He's going for the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown Seminoles. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Tide ready to roll on offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got a little grass. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's 1st down. They go play action with Russell. Here's the pressure. Going to try to get it himself. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up 1 on the play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Keelan Russell. Unloads to the right. That's caught. It's Rodgers. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. catch in the middle. It's Rodgers. And he's got the first down. Good pickup on the play there. And now we'll see what they do coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Unloads to the wideout. Looking for the goal line. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. He's stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one. FSU calling its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown Tide! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
He'll bring it back from it. They got him for a safety, and there's a fine line between being aggressive and reckless, and he just ran right across it when he ran back into his own end zone. Fields the punt, wants to make a play. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Russell. Grabbed over the middle. It's Edwards. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. Obviously didn't like what he saw on first down, and they used a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Finds his big tight end. He's stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Pulls it in. It's Rodgers. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Now the Tide uses its third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Throwing Russell. Got it set up on the outside. Fights off a defender. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin with New Mexico, taking on the number 4 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the home squad in an absolute fistfight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this second half. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings. And now over to your game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory.
Fielded in the end zone, and the ball is loose on the return. Recovered by the kicking team. He is in, takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, no!
And And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Checking in with the Seminoles head coach at the half. Guys, we may have an upset brewing. As you know, this team came in here not highly ranked and highly regarded, but that doesn't matter. The players on the field have had something to say, and they are really taking this game to the home team. We'll see if there's an upset continuing here in the second half. I'll keep you posted on how things develop here on the field. Reese?
All right, Holly. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. We'll send the tight end in motion. Keelan Russell. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Dropping back, it's Russell. Rushes on him. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. This crowd knows when to bring it. Second down, they'll go to the air. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Back to throw, it's Daniels. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Smacks him with the stiff arm. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that. Breaks into the open. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Russell. Here comes the heat. Great protection, and down the middle it goes. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
This quarterback right now is in groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground, and now getting him behind the sticks.
Russell will throw for it on fourth. He's got it, first down and more. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. They'll run it on first and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's third and goal. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, and he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result, guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure 3 here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Fourth down, Russell. He got it right inside the pylon. Setting up for the extra point that will put them on top. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Gets open down the middle. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A very productive play until it was wiped. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. They'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Robinson. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they turn it into a defensive score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. After giving up that score on the last possession, now they need a touchdown and the two-point conversion to tie things up.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football, and sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long, and right there I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
To the air on second down. Oh, look, Ma, one hand. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is...
Oh, he's got some space. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Seminoles will hustle to the line.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
The Noles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Caught over the middle. It's Riles. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Fires to the right. Makes a grab. And he will score! Touchdown, Florida State! The Seminoles back in the lead.
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. He does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
Great play by the defense there. You're winning by 2. You can't allow them to tie it. Someone's got to make a play, and they show up in a big moment.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last touchdown drive tightened this one up, and we'll see what these guys can do coming down the stretch. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down from the 13. Quarterback keep. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. They'll send the back in motion. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to take off. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. throwing Russell. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Tide with the 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Keep it on the ground. Just ran him over. With 1:52 seconds left, the defense will use a timeout trying to get the football back.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
And I think 3rd and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football, now you got a 4th down situation.
Across the 25, he's got room. All the way. Touchdown, Alabama! The Tide answers back.
And there you see his playmaking ability. Golly, like for a quarterback to be able to do this and just take off and outrun a defense, it shows you how athletic these guys are. They're big-time playmakers. And the moment the defense doesn't focus on them, they'll take off and they'll take it to the house.
And he'll bring it back. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To the air, it's Daniels. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. All the way out to the 38-yard line, it's a gain of 15. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. To the air on 1st down. The short hands, it's Robinson. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. That last completion left him with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Wants to throw it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And it comes up empty there, but that's exactly what this offense needs to keep doing, man. Keep throwing the football. Like, don't quit. Don't give up. I know you're down a couple of possessions, but you want to show your team, man, that we're always going to fight no matter what the scoreboard is. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're competitive, and we're going to keep getting better, and that's the goal of this squad.
He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. Wants to throw it again. He's got it and still on his feet. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Back to pass. It's Daniels. Caught. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Under fire. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And he will score! Touchdown, Florida State! The Seminoles back in the lead.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they